The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. Yes, it is. Don't argue with me. Thanks for being here. As you probably know at this point, I come into the studio once a week to do the visual version of my radio show, which I do without a camera. This way you can see my arms move demonstratively. It's fascinating, isn't it? Otherwise, you can find me on NewEnglandBroadcasting.com every single weekday with a new show. And we're on all the other platforms as well, media, social things wise. And I'm supposed to ask at the beginning of the show, says my social media manager, ask people to like you. Oh, please like me. And to follow me. And touch me, feel me. Well, the last two, not so much. But please like whether you like it or not, just say you do. Okay, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. I celebrated this week. I'm a little bit proud of this. I've been doing the radio for 30 years, television 20 years. The first 20 years I did television as well. And then I went into the podcasting / radio bit in around 2014. And this week we just celebrated our 2,400th episode, 2,400 episodes. Oh my God, that's a lot of talking for a guy that doesn't like to talk that much or listen to anybody talk to me at all. So there you have it. That's it. Thanks for being here. Have a nice day. Wait, the show hasn't completed yet. There's approximately, let's say 28 minutes left. If you have something else to do, just hold on. Okay, look. I'm sick of daylight savings time. Who came up with this concept? What the hell is this? We had a standard time situation. It was working well. Nobody was complaining. Then all of a sudden, this Congress thing, I don't know how far back this goes because I don't care. Oh my God. Then they said, well, let's screw with time. Let's actually change the time. What kind of power trip is that? It's 3:00. No, we're going to make it 4:00. What are you doing? What are you doing to this? Because it'll mess. April Fools, you can't screw with time. Eventually, because of daylight savings time, I believe that the Earth will start rotating in the opposite direction because you can't go back in time like this. When you fall back out of daylight savings time into Eastern Standard Time, you are actually going back an hour and therefore repeating what you did. I don't know if it works like that, but it sounds like it should. Stop screwing with my time. Why every half a year do I have to change all my clocks and the batteries in my fire alarms, which no one does. No one does that in the fire alarm. Smoke detector. Nobody go, oh, we got to change the clocks. Change those batteries and all the smoke detectors. Nobody does that. Stop it with the clock thing. Stop it. Make it standard time and shut the hell up. What's with this? Stop it. I wake up early in the morning to start work. The sun is coming up. That's fine. But I got to go to bed like at 9:00 at night or something. And it's still light outside. What is that? What 9:00 at night? Where am I living? I'm looking out my window and seeing the northern lights. Where the hell am I? Stop screwing with time. Leave it alone. Standard. That's it. The standard. Now, Arizona, or shall we call it Phoenix, has decided to say, no, we're not screwing with time anymore. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's 8 o'clock at night and it's sunny outside. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? So they said, no, we're not doing daylight savings time anymore. And they actually, as a state, I guess they're allowed to just say, we're not going along with your stupid time thing. We're doing our own. I like that. I like the balls. I like the balls involved. Has nothing to do with any type of issues or women's rights or anything like that. It's simply like, hey, everybody's got to watch. We're sick of changing it every 6 months. It's ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it. And Arizona, what's the difference anyway, right? What's the difference? They don't do anything. They don't have snow. Christmas isn't going to have snow in it anyway. So stop it, and you're already like 2 hours ahead of, I get so confused with that. I got an acquaintance. I was going to say friend, but, let's choose our words carefully here. Facebook has completely decimated the word friends to the point where friends on Facebook is actually somebody you don't know who lives in a foreign country, but they're your friend. Okay, I don't even know who you are. I don't even recognize your name. I can't even pronounce it. Thanks for being my friend, but I don't even know you. But on Facebook, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my good friend, my good buddy. Ahmed. That's my good buddy. I didn't mean to profile. I was just trying to make a point. So anyway, I have acquaintances, and even when I say acquaintance, I've got to use the air quotes. This is why I do television, to do this, so you can see that. I use the air quotes. I have an acquaintance who lives in California, and I've been told by the gods that California is 3 hours behind us. In other words, when it's 6 o'clock at night here, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon in California. And I keep wanting to say to my acquaintance, will you catch up? Will you catch up, please? Can you speed it up so that we're on the same time zone? I'm getting sick of having to figure out what time it is where you are. Why'd you call me? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, I forgot. Sick of that, too. I get the time zone thing because the earth is spinning. But this changing the time completely for 6 months, that's just ridiculous. So I want to start a petition. I want to start it right now. No more daylight savings time. Let's just stop it. Stop the foolishness. Stop the insanity. All right, that was 8 minutes about that. I recently was watching an episode of Taxi. Millennials don't know what I'm talking about. Why would I sit at my window in my house and watch a taxi go by? Why would I do something like that for half an hour? No, it was a television show. It's called Taxi. It starred Judd Hirsch and Danny DeVito, who was insanely funny in it. And the only female character they could come up with, because you got to have a female in a situation comedy, otherwise we can't do sexual innuendos, and what good is a comedy without that? So Mary Lou Henner was the actress that played the character on the show. She was a taxi driver as well. Elaine Nardo was her character name. Some people know, not everybody knows, that Mary Lou Henner, the actress, she actually, and this goes back to 1980, this particular television series, or the late 70s. Mary Lou Henner, the actress, has an ability that not that many people worldwide possess. As a matter of fact, her ability is only possessed at this time by 67 people. At one time, it was possessed by 100 people worldwide. Worldwide! Only 100 people or less have her ability. What is her ability? Now follow me carefully because this is fascinating. Her ability is highly superior autobiographical memory. They call it HSAM because no one wants to spend the time saying all those words that I just said. What does that mean? She has the uncanny, insanely impressive ability to remember everything in her life. And I'm not talking about special moments. I mean, every single minute is stored in her brain and she can recall it on the spot. If you say, and I interviewed her on my radio show about, I'd say 10, 11 years ago. She's fascinating. She's so normal and pleasant and sweet, but at the same time, wow. I said to her, okay, do you remember what you had for dinner on July 17th, 1978? And she'll say, yes, I do. It was spaghetti and meatballs with a salad. Salad had tomatoes and peppers, and I believe it was Italian dressing. Now, there's no way to check this out, so you have to pretty much say, okay, good. I mean, who do you call to check? Did she have, excuse me, we want to get in touch with you. I know you haven't, Mary Lou Henner. She would, yeah. This was back in 1979. Do you remember what she had for dinner? They don't even know. She remembers everything and every detail, every meal, every place she's been, and she knows what day and time she was there because she can incredibly bring up any memory and it's right in front of her, in her head. One would think that this is like a superhuman kind of quality, and indeed it is. This is a DC Comics League of women voters, whatever they call that thing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I quizzed her. She very quickly and confidently came up with the right answers. It was not bullcrap. It was real. She knows what happened every day, what event happened at what time of every day in her life. And she blew my socks off. Not literally, because that would have been a little uncomfortable. But it's a phrase. She blew my mind. Well, that also doesn't sound right, but she did. And again, it's not like there's hundreds of people that have, there's like less than 100 people that have this ability. And it's less and less because apparently people are not as much being born with this quality. They're almost like dying with the quality and no one's there to replace them. So I believe in 2021, if I remember correctly, because I have this power, if I remember correctly reading, in 2021, there were 67 people on the earth that had this ability that she has. And I didn't ask her this question on the air, but after the interview, it did pop into my head because she seems so comfortable and just with her ability. She doesn't talk about it unless it comes up. She's an actress. She acts, and that's really her thing. This is just something that she happens to have. She doesn't know how she got it. She doesn't eat anything special. She doesn't avoid alcohol. I mean, nothing like that. She just has this mental ability. So I said to her, it must be wonderful. She says, yes, I can remember all the beautiful times in my life as if they're happening all over again. I know exactly when they happen, and I can recall every wonderful moment of it. You know what the follow-up question is, but I did not ask it. And after the interview, I said to myself and to the producer that was there, you know, I should have asked her, as much as this is a blessing, could this not be a curse as well? Because a lot of horrible things happen in one's life. You have the passing of pets and loved ones. You have traumas and stressful situations that rattle you to the core. You don't remember. I don't remember those things. I think mentally the human being blocks these things out to some extent, or at least you hope it does. But in her mind, she can relive these tragedies, these upheavals anytime simply by the mention of it. I did say to her, I said to her, you know, I have an overactive mind. I can't even meditate. So, because my mind's always thinking. And she says, Mine does, but in a very different way. My mind isn't racing, it's just always remembering everything. She says it's hard to explain, but it's always all there. Yet I am able to relax, but that all never goes away. I couldn't even fathom what's going upstairs in her head. I mean, really. I mean, I think she's married. I didn't ask her that, but I mean, if her husband does something wrong, she will never forget it. She will never forget it. You can get her all the cards and flowers you want and the candy. She's not going to forget that. She's not going to forget what you did to her. So, fascinating stuff anyway. So how you doing? I'm sorry, I'm not asking how you are. This is all about me, isn't it? How are you doing? You tell me how you're doing. Uh-huh. Oh, really? What'd you do about that? They prescribe that? Oh, okay. How many times a day do you apply that? That's a lot. Yeah. Is the rash going away? Oh, where did the rash? Whoa. That's a very uncomfortable place to have a rash. Yeah, I can imagine. I would not touch that area either. Wow. How long did you have that? That long, huh? Were you able to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did, but it was painful, right? Yeah, man. I'm sorry that happened to you. Yeah. Oh, no, I was talking about Mary Lou Henner and her ability. What's the ability? Let's see. It's highly superior autobiographical memory is what that is. You don't have that? You just have the rash. Okay. Whew, wow. Anyway, let's move on. As I said, I do have trouble meditating because I am the kind of person that's always like being fed information and I don't really know what to do with it. You know, when you walk into a nightclub or to a restaurant, there's a sign on the wall that's usually posted by the city or town fire department, and it says, this establishment has a full capacity of 350 people. And if another person walks in, I'm sorry, we're full. That's my brain. That's my brain cells. I'm full. It's like when you drive to Boston or something and you find a parking garage. It's near the venue. But there's when you start to drive in, there's a guy there and he says, no, we're full. Sorry, we're full. That's my brain. Sorry, it's full. It's been like that for quite some time. Yeah, and I don't know if brain cells die or they just become inactive or they're going out for the night. I don't know what's happening, but my brain cells seem to be a little bit less each time. So even though I'm at full capacity, it doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. So I have trouble meditating. And clearing my mind. I called my gastrointestinalologist, whatever you call those people, the people that give you the colonoscopies. And I said, do you have anything for the brain? And they said, well, we don't have a camera that small. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, because what they do is they take a camera, they do the colonoscopy, and they clean you out. And they said, no, going into the brain, we'd have to go through the mouth and up the nose, and it gets sloppy, so no. So do you think that gets sloppy? I mean, seriously, the regular colonoscopy is pretty sloppy in its own right. Anyway, it's not the point. I have trouble meditating. I put on soft piano music, and now I can't get that damn piano music out of my head, so that didn't help. A friend of mine, I'm sorry, did I use that word by mistake again? An acquaintance of mine told me that I should do yoga. So I went to the supermarket. Market Basket had a sale on this yogurt, and I bought I had black cherry, peach, and blueberry, and I had like 3 yogurts a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night, in order to relax and relieve my stress. And I did that for about a week, and I said to my friend, you know, I've been eating the yogurt, but it's not making me less stressful, and it's not really doing anything. And she said, no, I didn't say yogurt, I said yoga. I said, oh my God, I misunderstood you. And I told her I can't do yoga because I'm over 40 years old somehow. And once you're over 40, once you get down on the floor, you cannot get up. And I don't care if you've got a yoga mat or a Stairmaster or whatever, I can't get up. And it's embarrassing after having a session of relaxation and stretching the body. It's embarrassing when the session is over to look around and say, hey, I need some help getting up here. Need some help. If you have to be spotted to do yoga exercises, you know it's not for you. So I went back to eating the yogurt. And apparently that isn't helping either. Michael Jackson also screwed up some stuff. No, don't go there. I'm not talking about the kid thing. I'm talking about his use of the English language. He thought he was so cool about it. What he did was he screwed up some of the English language. And I'll never, there was a song called Bad, I believe it was. And what he did was he took something that was good and he described the good thing by using the word bad. So in other words, Rana, did you go to the movies? Yes, I did. Did you like the movie? Oh, the movie was bad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, Michael Jackson bad. I mean, it was like really bad, man. What? It was bad. It was awful. No, it was good. You just said it was bad. Yeah. It was that so bad it was good. It was so good. It was bad. I'm confused. I'm so confused. Obviously, even in my explanation, I think I screwed that up. And that's why I didn't care for Michael Jackson. It wasn't because of the child accusations thing, inviting people over to your house to get on carnival rides, young children. That didn't bother me as much as him screwing up the English language. I thought that was a problem, and it is. It is. You don't want to screw up the English language. All right, fine. I will remind you that if you're enjoying this, and I can't imagine how that's possible, but if you are enjoying this, you can listen to me every weekday by going to newenglandbroadcasting.com or just Google The Ron Van Dam Show, RONVANDAM, 3 words, 3 letters each. And yeah, we do this. We look at things that other people look at, but they wouldn't really have the time or the necessity to talk about it. That's what I do. It's not an easy thing to do. I thought I would write a book about marriage because only 75 million people have written books about this subject, but I think they're all missing the biggest point. And I was watching the debt ceiling negotiations this week. I don't know when you're watching this show. They've probably been solved. I have no idea. But Senator McCarthy, Speaker of the House, and President Biden, President of the House, President of the country, sat down, actually did what Biden used to do. You just sat down, even though you were on opposite sides, you sat down and you worked it out and you found middle ground and you go with the middle ground. And it's through negotiations, but the real word here is compromise. And I believe that these days compromise is the big word. Because when we're as divided as we are, compromise doesn't seem like it's an option. Like, no, this is ridiculous. I want everything that I want. No, I'm going to get everything that I want. Well, you can't do that because you're talking about one particular country. So you have to find middle ground, and you have to realize that nobody is going to get their way. As soon as there's one more person on the planet besides yourself, you're not going to completely get your way anymore. Adam did not completely get his way from Eve. And Eve, well, because she was the girl, she basically did get her way, but you know what I'm talking about. When there's two people, you have to find the middle ground and compromise. You're not going to get everything you want. You're going to get some of what you want, possibly most of what you want, but not everything. And those people that think that they are going to get everything they want are trouble, because that's not the way humanity is supposed to work. People of differing opinions find their middle ground on what they have in common, not the things that they don't have in common. That's the wrong attitude. And that's what marriage is about. And I don't know if you're married or you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your sexual preferences may be, whatever, I don't care. Doesn't matter. As long as you have two people, two human beings, you're going to have two different situations. And you find the middle ground. And the successful marriages that last a lifetime are those that get it. They get it. And the ones that don't have any longevity, which is more than 50%, I understand at this particular moment as far as marriages are concerned and relationships, those are the people that said, no, I'm sick of compromising. I want everything for myself. Well, you didn't get it. You didn't understand. You didn't get it. Now, sometimes you can make their own choices and deal with people that are simply not, you can't deal with them. They're undealable. Those people, that's not going to work out. You need two people that understand the rules and understand the situation, that there are more than one person on the planet, and they both have to get it, and they both have to respect that. And men have to realize that women are going to get a little bit more than you do. They know it. They deserve it. Why do they deserve it? Because they know what they're doing. They just know what they're doing. They do. That's why they always get somewhat what they want. Not everything, but they get most of what they want. And ladies, you should be happy with most because, that's even a little bit more than half. But you people are very attractive, so, what are you going to do? Women are rather attractive as far as I'm concerned, so they're going to, whatever. Anyway, men, they just walk around wearing pants and strut around and, okay, fine. Feel better that way? Fine. You're still not getting what you want, so stop it. Stop it. And the real macho guys, you're wasting your time. Okay, we're almost out of time for today. If there's anything else you'd like to talk about, then bring it up right now before I change my mind. I will end the show by asking you again to like something and follow it. I don't know what that means, but if you go to the any social media version of what I do, my social media manager says that I must be liked and followed and loved and regarded, and you must throw money at me as if I'm a Greek wedding. I used to be a wedding videographer, and I used to do a lot of Greek weddings, as I did like all different kinds of weddings. But the Greek weddings, they actually throw money at the bride and the groom. And I don't quite know the difference between a Greek wedding and a strip club. Same thing, except the clothes stay on, but the money flies the same. I don't know. I don't know whereof I speak. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just don't know what I'm talking about. One of my greatest regrets in life is not knowing what I'm talking about. And also, I always wanted to be a musician. I played the piano and a few instruments, not well, but piano very well. And I wanted to play drums and stuff. And I wanted to be in a rock band. I just thought that'd be a great release of energy, But no, instead I became a talk show host where I sit on my ass and talk incessantly. What are you going to do? Have yourselves a wonderful day. I'll be back again next week with a different program, I guess. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace as I use my arms to demonstrate.